for having us. Thank you.
This is from our department. So, thank you. Over to you. Thank you. Chaliye sir.
Sorry.
Start.
किसी को नींद नहीं आ रही ना? I hope no one. Can you? Are you able to hear me? आवाज आ रहा है? तो माइक का जरूरत नहीं फिर अभी, right? Let's have a this way of chat. How many of you are comfortable in English, Hindi, Gujarati? Like Gujarati? પણ મારી ગુજરાતી એટલી બધી નથી સારી, but I'll try my best. Yes. પણ હું ટ્રાય કરીશ થોડી થોડી બાને મારી પ્રેક્ટિસ થોડી થોડી થતી રહેશે, બરોબર? So first of all, thanks for this campus who give us an opportunity to share about what we are doing it, right? And what we are doing, how we are doing, what kind of a thing that we have done in our life. And one of the things that I would like to highlight, this is not just for the technical. I said there's a developer community over here, but there's a lot of opportunity who are also sitting on this side as well, right? Who are in IT, who are in technology, but somewhere they want to contribute in a non-technical way. So there is also opportunity, I'll definitely share, right? So today I'm not going to talk much about વધારે technical વાતો હું નહીં કરું, કારણ કે આખી જિંદગી technical જ વાતો કરી છે, અને every day I used to work in front of laptop 18 to 20 hours and do the same thing, right? But today I would like to share about our journey as as a Mozillian, like what we have done, what we have done so far, and what are the awesome things that we have done, right? And the next session will be from Viral Pamma. He will share about privacy security. So there will be a bit technical, but हमारा थोड़ा ऐसा रहेगा. And if you have any question in the meantime, feel free to ask, right? I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, so चालू करते हैं. So can you move to the next slide, please? So as I said, I want to share my journey as a Mozilla, like what I have done in Mozilla so far. So currently I'm in a Mozilla Reps Council, one of those people who working globally with all the stakeholders or the leadership team, which thinking about like how we can run the community globally, how we can help them, how we can enhance them, right? How we can give them better support, right? Because that's most important. And Mozilla has this mission that internet should be equally accessible for each and everyone, because everyone is accessing it, right? It doesn't matter like you are from technical or non-technical. Our parents are accessible, so it should be equally accessible for each and everyone. That's the motto. But what are the ways we can open it? How we can aware people? What are the ways we can contribute to the ecosystem? How it can also benefit to you? That is also important, right? So what I did over these years, next time. So till now, I given almost 500 plus speeches in 26 plus countries. I mostly talk about Web3, talk about open source, talk about DevOps, and a lot of other things. So I'm just trying my best to giving back to the community what we have done so far, right? But why we are doing it and why I am doing it? This next, because I follow this: love what you do and do what you love, because that's most important part, right? Because right now, if I talk about the community culture, every here and there you can see there are a lot of event happening, right? I think college में तो महीने में कम से कम 10-15 इवेंट तो आप अटेंड कर ही लेते होगे. एक आधा वर्कशॉप हो सकता होगा, एक फुल डे इवेंट हो गया, बहुत सारी इवेंट्स होती होगी, राइट? वाई? बट पहले 5 साल पहले देयर वाज नॉट सच सिनेरियोस. देयर आर वेरी लिमिटेड stakeholders are there, very limited people are there who actually are very enthusiastic about the open source. How many people are aware of open source? I'm sure everyone. एक ही है? Nice. So when I was, as sir said that they are organizing so many events to get you guys a flavor of it कि क्या क्या चीज़ें हो रही है, क्या क्या चीज़ें नहीं हो रही है, right? So I started my journey in a Mozillian as when I was second year of graduate like you, but I did my graduation from Pune University. So that's why our journey started, where I got to know about this amazing platform called Linux. From Linux, then I started to contribute to Red Hat ecosystem. From there, I got to know about the Firefox. Then the journey goes on and on. What I would like to highlight over here is what are the ways you can actually contribute to the ecosystem. What are, because the community has given me an opportunity to reach so many people. But more than a tech, there is a non-tech way as well, because there are people who are not good at code, but they are somewhere very good explain the logic itself, right? बहुत सारे लोग कोड इतना अच्छे से नहीं कर पाते होंगे, बट कोड करना और कोड समझाना, इट्स अ टू डिफरेंट थिंग, राइट. टेक्निकल, when we build a product, right, building a product is a different and building to explain them is a totally different thing, right. So what are the ways you can do that? Because हमारे यहाँ पे conception ऐसा है यार, if we are doing this particular streamline process, we are ultimately get into one single thing only. You know, people are running after jobs, internship, बहुत सारे इंटर्नशिप, सेकंड ईयर में इंटर्नशिप कर लो, थर्ड ईयर में कर लो, फोर्थ ईयर में कर लो, लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग, राइट. ओनली वर्किंग ऑन द मल्टीपल प्रोजेक्ट्स, राइट. इस चीज़ में अच्छा है तो आई विल गो ऑन दैट डायरेक्शन, like that, they're happenings, right. But somewhere in that sense, people might forgot about what they really like. For example, if I'm doing something good in, let's say, a blockchain, people started doing that, right. But maybe they don't know that they are not actually interested in the blockchain. They might be interested in something else. So that way they lose an interest and ultimately feel demotivated, right. So that's not the right way to do it, right. So what are the ways we can do that? But let's you know, I don't want to just have this way of engagement. So let's do one thing. Can we go next? Those people who are on Twitter, you can just go on Twitter and just say, hey, like Neil did, hey, Neil Shah, I'm attending Mozilla Connect at LD College. One thing I love about Firefox is, whatever you like, I'm sure everyone you have used it, because developers love Firefox, right. So can we go to the another link where I'll show you the community portal. खाना खा के सुस्त तो नहीं हो गया ना थोड़ा ज़्यादा, है ना. ओके है ना सब? क्या किसी ने ऐसा जोर ज़बरदस्ती करके तो नहीं बिठा दिया ना? हाँ, अरे बैठा दिया तो बोल सकते, डोंट वरी, क्योंकि हम लोग सेम इकोसिस्टम से, राइट. मैं भी अभी पढ़ाई कर ही रहा हूँ, हमारा भी चालू ही है, राइट. सो इफ़ कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, कुछ है तो फील फ्री टू आस्क, राइट. सो दिस इज़ आवर कम्युनिटी पोर्टल वेयर वी कंटिन्यूसली, दिस इज़ रिसेंटली वी हैव माइग्रेटेड. पहले we used to have this Mozilla Reps portal where we creating all these activities and we engaging people what are the activities we are doing. COVID की वजह से we have not done so far, but after COVID we are pretty much active. And currently there is only one representative in Gujarat, which is Viral Parmar. I am not from Gujarat, so I don't know if we have anyone else in the Gujarat right now. But these are the couple of ways you can definitely check out this portal where you can find all the events which happening nearby to you, right. Earlier days we used to have Mozilla Campus Club. किसी ने शायद किसी ने नाम सुना होगा, राइट, क्योंकि Mozilla Campus Club it was one of the great initiative, जैसे GDSC club है वैसा ही था, but that program got shut off few years back. But we are back with this community portal where we are going to engage with the lot of tech activities as well, non-tech activities as well, right. So what are the activities that we are do right now? If you go on activities page, so these are the things that we do. First and one of the best initiative that we had is Mozilla Developer Network. If you just go onto that website, MDN. So here you can find a beautiful developer with all the blogs, all the teaching materials that anyone needed, and also you can contribute to the system, right. This will definitely help you a lot into your CV, right. Secondly, also they recently launched the MDN Plus, where you can also customize it and use it on your way. The second is, if you go on this one, yes, activities page, yes. So there is you can also contribute to Common Voice. So Common Voice is one of the most enhanced project. If you can just, so you can donate your voice to the system, right. Because now everyone work on the AI, right, and so this is the way we wanted the platform into multi-language as well, but not everyone are able to type, right. Everyone has that ecosystem. So now people are wanted that voice recognition systems are that use it, but सब लोग तो English में नहीं बोल पाते, right. So they wanted to contribute in different languages as well, so that it's also a very good way you can also contribute this. There is a machine learning, AI, lot of opportunities are there. You can definitely go there, go to the GitHub repo, see what are the ways you can do it, and there is all the materials are there. And a very simple way to, if you want to contribute like non-technical people, simply go there, donate your voice. That's also a considered as a contribution, right. Third is, those who are core technical, right, so they can also go there and see how you can contribute to the product, because they have Mozilla is actually beyond Firefox, right. They don't have a Firefox, they have more than that. So they have a lot of projects, they have Pocket, they have a lot of other tools as well. If you can just click on any of the product, Viral, right, and can you just go to any link, go to troubleshooting, right? Can you go to that ENUS, can you see that link? लिंक में वहाँ पे ब्राउज़र पे जो लिंक है, वेब लिंक सपोर्ट, हाँ URL, सो URL में जाओ, वहाँ पे जो ENUS है उसकी जगह HIIN लिखो, HIIN, IN for India, HI-IN, and remove the US. Yes, go ahead, go. ENUS निकाल दो, उसकी जगह HIIN लिखो, remove it. Yes, एक और ब्लैक निकालो, enter. So as you can see, right? So we have also translated all this document into so many local languages as well. Hindi hai. If you can type over there Gujarati, GUIN. So we have so many people who actually contribute to the system, right? If you can go to the pontoon. So I'm just saying these are the various ways you can contribute to the system, right? Because nowadays students are looking for to contribute to the projects. So I'm sharing all these amazing projects which you can definitely go and contribute. If you have a good technical knowledge, you can go in that way. If you're good in content writing or technical writing, you can go into that direction. If you're non-technical, love about your local language, you can go and you can do that, right? If you go on team, click on the team. This is a portal where you can contribute to localization. You can actually contribute all those systems, all the website that you see or all the product that you are seeing, that all been translated and handling by over from there. Go to the pontoon. Yes, click on the team. Search about Gujarati. So here you can find all the languages जो translate हो रही है. So उसमें गुजराती का रेशो कितना है? Okay, 49%. हिंदी का बहुत ज़्यादा है, मराठी का भी बहुत ज़्यादा है, राइट? गुजराती का है नहीं, बट वी हैव सो मेनी libraries that we already translated, and you can see all these people, right, who are contributing to the system. And yeah, one highlight I will say, यहाँ पे जो one of the person who has contributed to the system, they got ended up with the job in Red Hat, because technical companies are also hiring localizer, because they need it, because ultimately they also want their product to be localized, right, in so many languages. So here also an opportunity to show them that, hey, I also done the contribution in these areas, right? Yes. So yes, can you go back to support.mozilla? Yeah, localization we had done. Can you go to the troubleshoot one? Next. Can you go and click on the Firefox product? So here, yes, all of you know about the Mozilla Firefox product, but can you go to the next link? Yes. So there also can you scroll down a little bit? So we have 3 versions specifically. One is a beta, and where we have a pre-release because Firefox has released every 15 days, right? So you can see all the pre-release features. You can taste that, and you can also contribute people who are looking for role in a QA. Right, so you can do that. You can follow the guidelines. Okay, you can be a QA tester. Then there is a developer edition, which is one of my favorite browser. Right, I do that. I use that a lot because that gives you a lot of power to your specifically who are developers. Right, nightly same. Right, it is a pre-release. You can go and taste it. A lot of pre-release version. Right, you can definitely go there, taste that, and start contributing. This is one of the recent project that Mozilla Hubs. Everyone knows AR/VR, right? है ना? So, but how about if you can give that experience through browser based, right? So browser based, it's virtual. You can create your own room, right? You can create, for example, if you have a hackathon or something event, you can create your own virtual event. You can create so many booths are rules there, and you can virtually present, right? All the libraries are there. There's so many pre-built templates already developed. You can also host this one because it's an on-premise solution is already available. Since it's open source, you can go there, you can host your own system. So many projects has been developed from this. So many organizations and stakeholders already fork this one and try to build a good solution on top of that, right? One of the guy whom I met in last few months back in Mumbai, so they use this one, and try to build their own product out of it, right? And there is recently raised a very good amount of funding. So yeah, this one. So you can definitely go and check out this one, right? And we have a very active Mozilla Gujarat community. I think Mozilla Gujarat is one of the most active community in India, and recently I got a chance that I got to meet these folks and try to see what they are doing it. But first time when I came to Gujarat a year back, I've seen lot of things are happening over here, but maybe not in that shell, right? Because in my way, community works in a very different way, right? Because if I do want to contribute in something that makes sense for me, right? So I did that, and I love being talk about open source all the time, and this is the because after so many years I actually came to college and deliver the session, because it's been a while, because I stopped doing that, and I don't want to do so much, like no more technical present. I just stopped that, like ज़्यादा टेक्निकल नहीं लेना है आज, क्योंकि आप लोग और भी बहुत टेक्निकल, अभी सर ने अभी बताया लास्ट वीक आपने एक दिन का हैकेथॉन किया था कुछ, राइट? सो आई डोंट वांट टू गिव दैट मच टेक्निकल प्रेशर ऑन यू, बट the only thing that we have done, we are doing so many amazing things, right? I just would like to highlight that how these communities are doing, what are the programs that there, and you might not aware of it. So I just wanted to take a part of it and take a benefit out of it. Maybe there is a benefit out of learning as well, and a lot of other, you can just network with a lot of amazing folks around the globe, right? There is a way you can also present something which is doesn't make sense to other ecosystem, right? So there are so many ways you can do that, and I think you should do where you actually feel meaningful, right? I feel meaningful, that's the reason I'm doing it, and I'm doing it from last 5 to 6 years, and yeah, and हम लोग अभी टाइम पे ही है, right? Can you go to the next one, next slide पे? I'm sure everyone, अभी जितने भी लोग हैं यहाँ पे, जब भी पहली बार ओपन सोर्स सुना होगा तो किसी ना किसी सुना होगा, राइट? मैंने पहली बार ओपन सोर्स सुना था फ्रॉम माय कॉलेज लैब टेक्नीशियंस, राइट? जब उसने मुझे दे शोड मी अबाउट दिस लाइनक्स ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम बाय रेड हैट, so the first time, right? So I always thank him that because of him I got to introduce this open source ecosystem, and then I started exploring more and more. Then there's no looking back. So how about if you can just say thanks, who are the people who just got you introduced to the open source system, right? कोई भी हो सकता है, आपका प्रोफेसर हो सकते हैं, आपका फ्रेंड हो सकता है, right? The people whom I meet in any event, possible, right? Go there and just thank them that hey, thanks for just showing this system like Neil does today in the morning, right? So you can do that. So that's because it's all about feeling appreciated each other, because that's the best way to recognize and giving recognition, and that's the best way to network as well, right? एक इतना सन्नाटा क्यों भाई? नींद नहीं आ रहा ना किसी को, right? Any question for me can definitely ask. Yes.
Sir, what is the motivation for you to work for open source?
Oh, to be very honest, when I was working as a full time from when I was second year of my graduation, I started working full time from there only. But there's only one motivation, that I want to work and I earn money. That's all. But open source give me an ecosystem that I can, apart from that, I can learn something which can actually impact to the other stakeholders, and that ultimately helped me a lot in my professional career. So when I used to go and when my manager asking what you are doing, and they used to see that this guy is doing weekend, यहाँ पे event करता है, यहाँ पे जाके बोलता है, open source के बारे में बोलता है, and that's how actually I got my first open source job. And without they have not asked me a single technical question about the product which I got hired for, because to be very honest, I had no idea how the product is working. But the only thing that I said that I don't know how your product is working, but I know how open source ecosystem works, and I really like to, because जब मैं काम करता हूँ तो मैं घड़ी के सामने ही देखता. So that's the best way to explain anyone कि when you don't want to see the world, जब हम घड़ी देखना बंद कर दें, you are still working, which means you like that. और जैसे घड़ी देखना चालू करें, यार टाइम हो गया यार चले चलते हैं, right? That means you are not interested for that. So you should not. So that's what my motivation, because ultimately that helped me a lot to learn some new technology which I was not aware at all, and that helped me in my professional career as well, and so many other ways too, right? So that was my motivation. But my first motive was to just learn, that's all, that I should do experiment or experiment कहाँ करने को मिलता है, right? So I did that, and that, and now rest is a history, right? And yeah, yes, any more question? Yes, hi. Hi.
Can you explain a little bit about open source?
Little bit of open source.
Little bit about open source.
Little bit about open source. अच्छा, let's say if anyone asks you कि यार open source क्या है अपनी भाषा में बताओ, तो आप कैसे बताओगे? Tell me in your language भी, क्या आपको क्या लगता है open source क्या है?
Really don't have any idea.
No idea. कभी सुना नहीं आपने नाम?
सुना है.
अच्छा, क्या सुना है वही पूछ.
Open source, the basic what I can tell is that anyone can edit or open source, like for example open source software is there.
Okay.
And anyone can work with that software.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone can make changes with that.
Okay.
According to their purposes.
Okay. Anyone would like to pitch in over here and say कि what is open source means to you? Like आपको क्या लगता है open source क्या है?
Open source is a community which was built by everyone, and everyone contributes to it, and it grows with as community builds. Open source also grows.
अच्छा, यही चीज़. ओके. Anyone want to also want to add anything? कौन सी अपनी लैंग्वेज में बोलो, हिंदी मराठी गुजराती सब चलेगा अपने को, राइट? सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी open source is a very diverse, right? Now people are actually making the way they wanted, but the motto is that it's free, right? But you can make something out of it, you can share with others, right? And you can build a governance, you can build a team. So there is a structure which follows. So there is an open source principle. Those who are working in the ecosystem, if you can just read that, there is an open source principle that how when you build any project, तो उसका प्रोजेक्ट का बॉडी कैसा होना चाहिए, राइट? व्हाट आर हाउ कैन फॉर्म अ टीम, बिकॉज एवरीवन इज बेस्ड ऑन दैट हाउ यू कैन बिल्ड योर इकोसिस्टम and what are the permission rights you are given, because there are so many licenses are available open source में. There are multiple licenses, MIT license है, Apache है, Mozilla NPL है, like so many licenses are available. Based on that you can just use that things, customize it. Some has accessible permission, some doesn't have. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं, डायरेक्ट गए कोई भी ओपन रेपोजिटरी पे फोर्क किया, बट वी आर नॉट रीडिंग दिस इन्फॉर्मेशन. आई नो वी आर लेजी, हम लोग को पढ़ना इतना पसंद नहीं है, आई गेट इट, बट all are there. So according to me open source is something that can be shareable, and that way gives you perspective to share your work with everyone around you, right? And that's the best way to get the feedback as well. अपना खुद प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे हो, कोई फीडबैक ही नहीं दे रहा तो क्या करोगे? So that's the best way to also share with your peers. You'll get the feedback and you improve it, right? So that's the best way to do it. And open source definition can be defined in any terms, like सबका अपना अपना तरीका है, but the best way that you can definitely share your work with others, get the feedback and get the best out of it, right? Yes, दोनों का फायदा है. Yes. Any question? No. Okay. Yes.
So in between, AWS has used some open source content for commercialization.
AWS, GCP, everyone use so many open source components. Which one you?
For commercial use, MongoDB. So MongoDB was open source.
Yeah, Mugan open source, but they have also enterprise where for some features you have to pay for that. And everyone has this. जितने भी open source products है, they have a limited. For example, if someone use some open source systems to build something out of it, so some of the features are free and some of the features are it's paid to get more users. GitHub में भी same है. Like GitHub में not everything is free. Like if you go to the organization and for that limited teams and limited things are there. Bitbucket है, उसमें भी there is only 5 to 6 people, you can use that are free. तो हर एक चीज़ में ऐसा है. So AWS ले लो, GCP ले लो, Azure ले लो, हर एक में they are using, let's say AWS uses Kubernetes, right? So Kubernetes, now they are using it, and on top of that they are selling the service as a AKS, right? Same GKE. Docker भी same है, Docker भी open source है, but now Docker has an enterprise edition where you can get more features, right? So it's also open source business, right? So now they have wanted to build a business out of it, right? But again, it depends what's the purpose of that product, how it's going to be useful to you, and is that necessary? If there is any alternative that you can use it, of course you can, right? Yes. Yes.
How do you track the growth of the community?
So yeah. Well,
I mean, in terms of contribution, or it's just the head count? So head count could be
No.
anything.
I totally get it, and to be very head count always doesn't make sense for me at all. मतलब कितने लोग आए कितने लोग गए, right? अब यहाँ पे भी अगर एक लोग भी आता तो भी मैं इतना ही एनर्जी से बोल के जाता. So many other people that might be that makes sense for that count or that matrix count. For me doesn't. For me what? Let's say if I contribute any project, how that project add a lot of values to my profile and what I'm learning out of it. And these communities, how they're doing it. So of course उनमें एक चीज़ रहता है कि how many people they impact, how many people they share this project about. Second, कि जितने भी for example the one I shared about localization and the one of this MDN. So MDN में you won't believe like 75% of the whole the system was built by the contributor, not by the staff. And the localization if I talk about, so they have a hierarchy. तो उसमें there are only 5 people who are actually working for this whole system. Rest everything is done by the contributors. So that's why we are talking like how many people are out of 100 people. If it's 1 people want to contribute, that makes sense for them, right? But yeah, every community has a different way of measuring those metrics, measuring the impact or measuring the growth of the community.
How does Mozilla does it?
So Mozilla is a way that how many people are impacted out of it, how many people are contribute to the system. For example, let's say if I came over here, right, if I'm talking about a project, first thing, how many people showed up to this event, first of all, right, how many people out of this, how many turned to be, for example, Gujarat we have only 1 representative, which is Viral, right. How if in next 6 months, earlier there was 6 to 7 representative, if in next 6 months or 1 year we can say we have more representative and there are a lot of opportunities are there. So that we can say, okay, no, we have a growth, because we don't want कि 100 में से 100 आ जाए, right. Because out of 100 there are few people who might be सब कुछ किसी लोगों का तो एरिया है ये, because not everyone is good at everything, right. So in that sense, so Mozilla specifically works on it, because जब हम लोग पॉलिसी बनाते हैं और पॉलिसी पे काम करते हैं, राइट, तो हम हर एक का फीडबैक लेते. फॉर एग्जांपल राइट नाउ वी हैव अ प्रोग्राम कॉल्ड मेंटर प्रोग्राम. मोजिला रैप्स के बाद आता है मेंटर और उसके बाद आते हैं डायरेक्टर्स और द काउंसिल मेंबर हु वर्क ऑन दिस इकोसिस्टम. सो उसमें इफ लेट्स से आज मैं आपको एक सर्वे भी भेज दूँ तो आउट ऑफ 100 लोग कितने सर्वे भरेंगे हमको ही पता है ना. तो वो भी एक सिस्टम है कि कितने लोग स्विमिंग करते हैं. तो द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट पार्ट इन द कम्युनिटीज टू कीप देम मोटिवेटेड, कीप देम एक्टिव, दैट वाज द मोस्ट हर्डल पार्ट. और क्यों है उसका रीज़न मैं बता दूँ कि आज की तारीख में इतनी कम्युनिटीज़ है, राइट, इतने बेनिफिट्स है, राइट, बट द ओनली व्हाट आई मिस्ड आउट इज द लर्निंग कर्व. आउट ऑफ 1000 में से अगर एक को दैट मेक सेंस, right. So everyone has a different way of it, but Mozilla does this way, that how we are impacting and what are the opportunities that we give it to them, and we totally want that it's built by the contributors. You won't believe कि all hands, आपको पता है every company does all hands, but Mozilla is the only company that all hands में they invite volunteers who work with the staff members. Isn't it amazing? So you work directly globally with the stakeholders or the directors of the company, right? So that's the best way you can network. Then you can say directly, hey, this is this thing not working, this is the way you want it, and they have to hear it. Why? Because we are contributors. They're not paying us. We are giving our time, and time is the most important part, right? So, and of course, if they wanted to build and they want to scale and they wanted to improve, they have to listen us. That's the only way they can make it better. And the reason I'm very passionate about this one, because I really like their motto. Because they are not strongly pitching for so many technical stuffs. They want that normal user should aware that how much privacy is important, what are the things that you should aware on internet, and it should be because every country has a different connectivity network, GDPR, and हमारे इंडिया में तो प्राइवेसी कितना है तो आपको पता ही है, राइट. तो उसके बारे में कोई कुरियर वाला आएगा तो भी आप आधार नंबर दे दोगे. तो ऐसी वाली सिस्टम है. सो ग्लोबल कंट्रीज आर डिबेटिंग ऑन दिस वन, एंड द गुड थिंग इज बिकॉज ऑफ पार्ट ऑफ इकोसिस्टम वी गेट अ चांस टू answer them, fight with that at least out of 100 people if 2 people are aware, that also may gonna make sense. कहीं तो उसको चालू करना पड़ेगा, right. This is again let's say last 3 साल से कुछ हुआ नहीं है. So since I am here and this guy came as a volunteer of one of the event in Vadodara, and they asked, now he is doing an event. So that's how it started, right, because everyone is कुछ तो कहीं के सगे start करना पड़ेगा.